at least $4,000 bucks. Man, that's a lot of work.
Oh, it's worth it.
I mean, it could be.
What's up?
It could be. What?
You know?
You separating out the screws?
Yeah.
You like those?
I like those.
Oh, okay.
Because those are nice.
Techno Express. What's up from Canada?
Oh, what's up, guys? Welcome to the 5 minutes with 5 stars.
Carl's Jr. drive-through right now.
Okay.
We don't have Carl's Jr.
Carlos Jr.?
Carl, Jesus.
Carlos?
Yeah, Carlos Jr. No, Carl's Jr. It's a Hardee's.
Okay.
Yeah, we have Hardee's. What's up, Sue?
Hey.
Good morning. What's up, Baba?
It's good afternoon, guys.
It is afternoon.
Yeah.
But for him, it's kind of still morning. What's up, guys? Love your vids. Thank you. We love them, too.
Thank you. We love
Do we have lunch already? Actually, yes. We actually both just ate lunch. I ate and then he ate. It was really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, what do we got going on today? We have...
An F-150.
We have the Toyota version of the F-150. So we have a Tundra. Yeah, Tundra. Yeah.
You asking me?
Well, it says it on the it says it on the door. I still hate the fact that Toyota names both of her trucks with a letter, the same letter, and they do it with their cars too, and it drives me absolutely crazy because my brain just doesn't work that way. It sucks. But anyways, we have a Tundra. Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. It's a Tundra. Let's take a look at what's going on into this. Hey, is Nano still rocking the Sony GS9 as a head unit? Yeah. Yeah, that ain't going nowhere. So we got a table full of equipment, and we're kind of working our way through it. So this is getting a full Kenwood system except for the sub. So it's a set of 6903s. They're going to go in here, and this is actually factory 2-inch up here, but the 3-inch screws in perfect. So if anyone's doing one of these, and they're like, because with the 2-inch you'd have to make a bracket, the 3-inch just drops right in, all as well. So 6903s are going in this. 958 Kenwood Exelon is going in the dash. He added this cool factory upgrade front camera, this thing, and he had a switch on the dash that was to turn it on and off. Basically what happens is it would feed in through the reverse camera, and so it was triggering the reverse into the radio. And so, anyways, it's a cool toggle switch. Either way, we took it out because we didn't need it, because we can do that from our radio that we're adding, and we mounted the bass knob into that location. So this goes right next to the steering wheel, and I know it looks totally factory. However, he was missing. We took the one out of here and put it here, and then we made this one. So the one that is we actually made that on the laser. So it's a totally, you can see the shiny acrylic. So this is matte black acrylic. And so we made that one. And then the radio uses USB-C. And so we took out his factory and we made the USB-C jack right there where the factory regular USB goes. So we'll do that. And then this, of course, just plugs into the back of the radio. I love the Toyota kit. I think I've always loved this kit, which is why I love taking this radio out, just because of how nice this kit looks. This is the Metra kit. It looks great. RRs for our integration, because I like RRs for integration. Now in the rears, he's getting just a set of 6.5s, Kenwood Exelon KFC X1 174. So Fernando went next there to go grab the rear brackets. You don't need them for the front doors because the 6903s come with the brackets to put these in, which is super cool. Now we're gonna go active on this. So this is gonna be channels 1 and 2 are gonna be the dash speakers. Channels 3 and 4 are going to be the 6x9s, and then the rear off of the radio, because it's a Kenwood, and we have total control for the volume output of the amplifier. These are going to be powered off of the radio, so we can cross them over. We can regulate the output volume as well as time alignment, fader, all that fun stuff. So we do a lot with an Exelon radio, which is why we don't mind powering speakers off the deck. Normally I wouldn't do it, but the Exelon gives us enough control to do that, which makes things really awesome for us. And then for an amplifier, it's going underneath this passenger seat that I'm sitting on top of, but I haven't unbolted it yet. That's my next task. It's getting a 901.5, which is the Exelon. Always enjoy the Kenwood speakers for what they are. They are nice, and price, no real issues. Yeah, they're very cool. Arturo saying hi to Eduardo. Hola. Oh, my voice hurts today. I can't do Arturo. Still in Colombia. Just came back. Oh man, you guys and your vacations. What the heck, man? So they take vacations, we go to work. It's so weird. Anyways, for a subwoofer, we're doing behind the seat. This is one of the things that I love about these trucks is this seat doesn't move, so we got to pull it out. It's a major pain in the butt. This is all space taken up. There's a couple of things you can buy to like mount things underneath the seats, but for what we're doing, it's just kind of not necessary because you really can't get a ton of stuff underneath there. The factory amp is located under here, so that's where we're putting our amplifier. We make a bracket for that. But the Rockford makes their 110. Oh boy, Rockford makes their 112 P3 factory box that is perfect to go behind this seat. It's actually what our 212 box is built off of. We just took the measurements off and made it longer. But it fits right in. So we pull this seat out here, which is the longer one, remove the mat just where the box goes, slide ours in, you put a grill on it. You have to put a grill on it. Click it up, you're good to go. You have bass. It's a lot of fun. Hey, what's your opinion on ESX? I mean, honestly, I don't even know what ESX is. I mean, compared to the kicker, yeah, I have no idea. You'd have to send me a link or something. But I've never done them, so I guess I don't really have an opinion on them. Are you guys going to announce what new products Morel has when they come out with some? So right now, the only products, and we've already told everyone that they're talking about at the moment, is the new shallow mount subwoofer. It's not been shipped yet, but that is on its way. There are actually one. Well, there's 12 of them that came into the U.S. Yes. That's 12? How much. Yeah, there's 12 of them that came into the U.S. A 12 is a 12? 12-inch 12. And then the only other thing that they've done that we're aware of is the partnership between Mobridge and them with Mobridge interfacing amplifier, and then all of the hybrid 4-inch and 6.5s going into the Bronco. So that's it cool. For like right now. Yeah. Now, is there more stuff coming? Sure. Yes. But nothing we can talk about. But anytime there is something. Come on. No, I was about to tell you what's coming out, but. Oh, you know? No. Yeah, of course I know. Oh, okay. I don't know. Yeah. But, okay, so the other thing. All right, so here's the other thing, too, you got to remember about Morel. And this is the funny thing. So they sit on their hands a lot. They don't always tell us stuff, which is cool. But like the shallow mount subwoofer got announced, like Israel announced the shallow mount subwoofer before we even knew it existed. Like even Casey was kind of taken off guard about it. It was kind of funny because he was like, yeah, we knew it was coming, but we didn't know when. And then they just announced it coming, and we're like, drop it. It's like, yeah, it was hot, so they dropped it. How long you guys set aside for this install? So we'll be working on this all day today, which is Monday. Hopefully Mondays tomorrow. Always go sideways a little bit. It's just unavoidable. So plans are to have this done probably midday tomorrow, depending on how far we get on it tonight. We're actually making pretty good progress. He's working on the sound treatment. Ooh, hey baby. He's working on the sound treatment. These are the new Metro trim rings that he just went over and got. So he'll get the rear speakers in and finished probably in the next hour and a half. So probably about 4 o'clock he'll be done with those. And then he'll run the wires into the dash if that's where we decide to run. The reason why the speakers aren't in the dash is because I haven't told them where I want the... do you have to pick them up today?
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay. I haven't told them where I want the wires to come down yet. So we're either going to have them come in behind the radio and I'll just run 2 new wires up, or they'll go down to the amplifier and I'll run them there. So I haven't decided what I want to do yet. I got to amp out. But no, so we're thinking midday tomorrow this should be done. Keep in mind, like, this one isn't too bad because we're not having to make any of the brackets for the speakers, which is cool. But we had to make the brackets for the USB and the bass knob. Not tragic there. Amp rack will be next. Luckily, we already have an amp rack for that. It did take some time to do the USB, which was really sucked because I thought I had it and I didn't. But so it's all the little tiny things that we do that make us. It just takes so damn long. But hey, whatever. Yeah. Afternoon. What's up?
What up?
30 Days of Christmas coming up soon. We are not doing no Christmases. There will be no. We did it last year. I think that's an every other year thing because it's just too much work. And it's just a hassle. We enjoy doing it, but it's just a lot of work that we just don't have time for this year.
No.
However, for those of you guys that are interested in picking up an IRTA 2,
That will be a sale.
Black Friday is coming up. There will be a Black Friday sale, I'm told. So stay tuned. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I don't even really want to talk about it. This is probably the only time I'm going to talk about it until next week. But yeah, there will be a sale on those for Black Friday. It'll be like Black Friday through Cyber Monday, I think. I haven't decided yet. But I'll let you guys know. I saw Casey on Saturday and saw the new subwoofer.
Very nice.
There you go.
You're the first one.
Yeah, really. What area is going to be the best to take a nice pic of the Gulf and has a nicer restaurant, Indian Rocks Beach? So if you're coming to Florida, you're going to be in our area, I strongly recommend you going to Dunedin Causeway. Dunedin Causeway is, we have a Frenchie's, which is a good place to eat if you're into that, which is good. But you could park on the causeway, you can pull off to the sand, and you can get beautiful sunsets there. I've taken a couple. You can find them on Flickr. You can go to Flickr and look for Guy with Cameras. Yeah. Or it's GWC Photos. Either way, it's one of those. But no, Dunedin Causeway, by far the best place to take a picture. Yeah. How much stuff did you throw away in the move? Paul's a hoarder. Not enough stuff. Definitely not enough stuff. I was throwing stuff away. Like we still have dash kits for Chevy Beretta. And I know there's some of you out here that have no idea what a Chevy Beretta is, because Fernando didn't. We had 3 dash kits for a Chevy Beretta. That is just ridiculous. But no, so now that we're moved over, supposedly he's going through and thinning the herd, but I'm not holding my breath.
He's going through.
Yeah, I haven't seen much. Do you need to get some lip balm? They not gonna heal themselves for a while. Dude, trust me, I put it on every day. So here's the thing. My lip split because of the 2 weeks we played in the desert. I went to the dentist this morning. They were like, "What happened to your lip?" I'm like, "Dude, I was in the freaking desert for 2 weeks, bro."
Did you fight at the desert?
Yeah. Well, it's dry as shit.
Man.
Anyway, so normally I would come back and it'd be healed in like a week because it's so humid here. But because we're coming into winter, it's prematurely dry right now here for us, which sucks. So yeah, but no, I goo it up all the time. It's ridiculous. Just give away. Trust me, you don't want whatever Paul's been hoarding. Well, you might, but probably not. Hello, I'm planning on running Hertz SX 165 Neo SPLs in the front and rear. What speakers do you suggest to install in the dash? I think it's a 2.5 or 3-inch speaker. It's for a 2002 RAV4. You know, so we did a Tacoma, and we did the same thing you just did. We put the SPL Neos in the front doors and the rear doors, and then
we didn't put the Neos in the front doors. We put the 6x9.
No, they were the 6x9 SPL shows. Yeah, Neo Magnet SPL shows. It was all SPL show. We actually did the SPL show tweeter in the top of the dash.
Yeah.
The Neo tweeter.
Yeah.
However, the reason why that worked is because we went 6-channel active. Because you have to be able to reel that freaking tweeter in because it's super loud and that'll be the only speaker you hear. Otherwise, if you're just looking for a if you want it loud, throw a set of the Neo tweeters in there, put them on their own channel. You're going to be like, oh, goddamn. If you're looking for a speaker, though, nothing that's going to really compete with those, but I'd probably look at maybe the Kenwood C2, 2.5 inch, or the C3, 3.5 inch. But most of the sound, like if you just want more loud, then I would go with the Neo tweeter.
Yeah.
Fernando, which speakers have you been your favorite in the lab so far?
The ones that I have right now. You know, every time I change speakers, they all nice.
Yeah. So he's got K2s in there right now.
KX.
You don't have the tweeter, though. You have the small tweeter.
I have the KX.
You have the small tweeter.
Yeah.
My buddy had 212s in his Beretta. Beretta was a badass car. I love Beretta and Corsica. I like the Beretta, not the Corsica.
God bless you.
Went to SEMA. Yes, we were at SEMA with Rockford. And actually, Rockford just published their SEMA video. We made the cut. Yeah, I'm shaking some dude's hand, and Fernando's talking to somebody in the back of the Jeep. Barely needed sound upgrade back in the day. Dude, the Beretta sound like crap. Rain on the rain. We're getting... Oh, wow. Okay, rain's on the way.
Rain's on the way?
It's just 30 days of Christmas. Maybe Susan's still going in. Hey, that's a possibility. That's actually one of the things that we're trying to get done before the end of... Well, before February, at least. That's kind of our goal there. Is there a processor for doing Dolby Atmos in a vehicle? I think the only... So, no. The answer is, like, no. Because there's... So, follow this train of thought for a minute. The answer is no, and the reason why is because there's not a Dolby Atmos criteria for an automobile. Like, you know, most Dolby Atmos is for a house, and it's for big rooms, and it's for all of that. So there is, but not in the aftermarket world. So in there again, I don't know, because there are a couple of the newer cars that have Atmos.
F1?
What's the what?
The streaming services from the F1, the Alpine F1 status.
It's not Atmos. No, it's just high bit rate. Yeah.
Okay.
However, if you're looking for a DSP and you want to play with Atmos in a car, the brand Mini DSP has that built into it. I don't know what it's going to do for you in the car, but it has that feature built into it because the Mini DSP is kind of like I'm using the word generic in that it's not in either camp, home, or car. It's just a company that makes a DSP that can do home or car. So if you're looking to play with it, probably check out Mini DSP. They're not cheap, but they do have fun features like that built into it.
All right.
Can I have a new car first? No.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, Sue, she doesn't get a new car.
Oh, she's getting a new car. Everybody's happy now.
Go pick up your kid.
I'll be right back, guys. Hey, don't forget, this show is brought to you by MorelHiFi.com. This is the place that you can find all the good stuff about car audio. That's right, car audio, plug and play, amplifiers, the whole 9 yards. Please go and check MorelHiFi.com. Here on Instagram, Morel_America. Tons of pictures of cool stuff. Bye, guys. Thank you.
He's ridiculous.
Bye.
Yep, see ya. I have a Pioneer Pure IC. Do you recommend me use an aftermarket equalizer if the radio already has one? So the Pure IC is one of those radios that nostalgic guys absolutely...
Sorry.
What'd you forget? Your phone? Yeah, good call. Pure S80 is one of those radios that, like, people love it or hate it. It's got a generic EQ in it. If it's enough bands for you, cool. If it's not, it's not taking the place of a DSP. Let's just call it that. It's not, but you know, if you're talking like just a simple EQ, it's got that. You know, it's got that really well. So it's got one for front, one for rear, or one for tweeter and one for mid, depending on how you're planning on running it. It's just things have moved so far past the PRS-80. Unless you're running CDs, I mean, which you might be. I don't know. I just don't really see why people keep doing that. Yeah, he's gone. Fernando left, Sue, so your cheerleader's gone. If I go active, do I need bass blockers on my mids and tweets? If you're going to go full active, meaning you're going to have a channel of equalization / crossover and all that fun stuff for each channel, then no, you don't need bass blockers and crossovers, because that's all going to be set up in the processor. So make sure you set up your processor to emulate the crossover points that speaker is going to need. So that's the answer to that question. So like if you're doing an active front channel, then you need to make sure you cross those tweeters over in the software at whatever frequency those tweeters need to be crossed over. Now, if you don't know any of that stuff, then by all means, put a passive crossover in there. That or call somebody who does. I have no idea when the next Disney trip is. Hello. But yeah, that's that. All right, guys. So the Tundra, we're gonna get back hopping on that. I got to get my amp rack built and get that going. So you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Oh, before I forget, don't forget to tune in tonight. Matthew Palumbo will be on the show with us from Audio Control. We're not going to talk about audio control. He might bring some stuff with him. He might not. I don't care. He's just stopping by to hang out. So it's going to be a normal show. So if you guys want to come and hang out and ask questions. And the rumor is he might bring his friend Jeff Smith with him. So I know how you guys love asking Jeff questions. So tonight's just straight Q&A. I mean, I'm sure we'll talk. He might bring some audio control stuff, but it's not what the show is about. We're just going to hang out. We're just going to have some fun. Hopefully you guys will come, ask some good questions, and it'll be all that. But that's what we got going on tonight. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you tonight. Bye. What?
It's good?
I think so. I feel like it. Yeah.
Now it's in.
Now it's in?
Now it's in.
Okay.
You can see it right there.
I mean, it says...
You can watch the video in UI Watch.
You can?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Why not?
Tap it. It's not gonna... Yeah, you used to be able to work your camera from your iWatch like it was live on your watch. I don't think it does that anymore. I tried to do it the other day and it wouldn't work. I was kind of upset.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's not good.
It's kind of stupid, but either way, it was like a spy cam kind of thing.
That'll work. Okay.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, so I was trying to do that the other day. You're so much smarter than me. What's up, Fro?
Oh, wow. That's me on the watch.
That is so cool.
It is.
Yep. Kind of creepy, but still cool.
Amazing technology.
Amazing technology. Hey, everyone. How's it going? The Toyota Tundra.
Oh, you got it right.
I just read the door.
Amazing.
Yeah. Anyways, the Toyota Tundra is done, as promised. We got it done just about an hour ago. Did some final listening to make sure it's doing what we want it to do. But it's all back together. And yesterday I told you this is one of my favorite dash kits. And as you can see, why, you know, it's very, very nice. Matches that brushed look. So very, very nice dash. Wow, lots of good words today. Anyways, here's the bass knob. USB was located down there. Showed those out of the car, so now they're in. Amplifier went underneath this seat here. Oh, hey, can you grab the rag? There's like Fernando head on the windshield. There's like head spots. Let me grab this guy here. So up underneath the seat, zoom in. We have the amplifier, bolts into place using the factory bolts here. And then we took this middle seat out too, so that we could, and normally there's a center console in this one didn't have it, but we typically pull the factory amplifier that's underneath here, pull the wiring up into the center console, reground it in there, and get it up out of the way so that we have plenty of room for our stuff. And in this case, we ended up pulling this guy out, tipping it up. We were able to relocate all our harnesses that we need out of the way there, and there's a factory ground point there. When we do that, that gives us the ability to use the old amplifier's factory ground point, which is located right in this area. So that's really cool. I love doing that. Power wire came up the passenger side of the car. The easiest way to get wire, so this is the funniest thing. You know how fun it is to struggle to get like wire like 2 feet?
I mean, I don't think it's any fun.
No, it's not fun at all. But to get from here to here is can be quite an ordeal unless you just take out the glove box. If you take out the glove box, it exposes this whole area here, which makes it super easy just to get up into the dash. So if you're going to be doing a Tundra, I do recommend, and running the wires, even if you have the center console, like there's no run up through here. So it's just easier to pull this out, and you can get behind the frame rail, and everything just kind of like goes up into super fast. Makes things like way easier. Is Kicker gonna make any new key amplifiers? Yes, yes, they are. Which ones? No. And there again, I feel like they've said it in the show. They've kind of wink, nudge that they're going to do it. So I don't think it should be a surprise to anyone that they are going to come out with more stuff. The reality is that it's still kind of a pain in the butt to get parts to make things. Mm-hmm. I know in the world that we're in right now, we think that a lot of stuff has gone back to normal, and the reality is it hasn't. Things are still hard to get, and things are still expensive. And when you're talking about that particular product, I would venture to say keeping the price point realistic and where it needs to be is part of the struggle as far as making a new one, or making more. So are they going to make more? Of course. Are they going to make the ones you want? I don't know.
Of course.
But yeah, I mean that's really about it. I mean, what is AR an acronym for when discussing the DSR1 integration? AR originally stand for amplifier replacement. I know what you're smacking your forehead going, no, Jesus, it's that simple. So you have RR, which stands for radio replacement, and AR stands for amplifier replacement. DSR1, digital signal replacement. Who knows? I mean, I'm sure there's a really simple explanation for it. But yeah, it's that kind of silliness. Too true. Shortages are still a thing. They are. Dude, I mean, have you guys tried to buy power wire lately? I mean, Jesus Christ. I think copper costs more than gold at this point. Like, there's probably more gold to be had.
Jesus Christ is buying it?
Jesus Christ might be buying it, because somebody, it's ridiculous. You've answered questions before about why my installer used a pack module into a DSR1. Sometimes, all right. So, for example, that's depending on the car you have. Now, we've done it too, for a couple different reasons. So, we've done it, and we did it in GM for a while on the older GMs because iData just simply doesn't have an interface for General Motors. So we'd use an Amp Pro into a DSR1 into an amplifier, because the Amp Pro was to integrate. The DSR1 we actually just used as a straight DSP, because that DSP used to be like $289, I think. Something like that, $289, $269. So it was like one of the cheapest DSPs that did all the functionality that we wanted, as opposed to that. Now in a Gladiator, no reason whatsoever to do that. No, if that's what you know, you would just do a DSR1 into a Gladiator.
Yeah.
That's yeah, there's absolutely no reason for that in a Gladiator.
No, not at all.
I mean, the end result is the same. It's just you spend an extra $350 to do.
Now, if you don't
necessary.
have equipment at all, you should check Rock for Fosgate, you know?
He's got it. That's what I'm saying. He has an O2 Gladiator, and that's the install. Now, keep in mind, I know this is going to be hard to believe, not everybody knows what they're doing. Some people sell themselves as better than they are.
What are you talking about?
I know. Can I use 16th inch ABS plastic for an amp rack? No. Maybe if you stack 4 layers thick, you could. But no, 16th of an inch is nothing. You might as well just use cardboard at that point. It would probably work better. What's up, Bobby? Thank you. Big thank you goes out to Bobby today to let me know that my computer went to sleep last night before uploading the rebroadcast of last night's show. Yeah, that really kind of that was annoying. But thank you, Bobby, for pointing that out. What's the bass track you guys played in the Jeeps at SEMA? I can't tell you right now because it's in my phone, and I'm using my phone, and Fernando doesn't care, so he didn't bother to.
Not at all.
Yeah, he didn't care at all. But that's a great question, and if you want to hit me up one of the live shows, maybe Monday because we won't be here Saturday, or ask me on Hi-Fi, which is Thursday night, I'll let you know. But no, I'm sorry, I don't. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and just post it. Alright, let me go back here. Fernando, where are you from?
Ecatepec, Mexico.
Say what?
Ecatepec.
You got the pick?
Ecatepec.
The what?
It's, you know.
Mexico City. No? Close?
Close.
What were you? No, say it one more time. You said it so quiet.
Ecatepec.
Okay, so if you got that, it sounded like you say he got to pick, but
There you go. You got to pick.
yeah, I mean, you got the Mott's.
Sure.
Yeah. What's up, fellas? Would you recommend running a pair of Flax P165s off the factory Ford amp from a 2014? That install looks awesome. Thanks for all your videos and love seeing you craftsmanship. No. The factory amp really isn't. I mean, could you do it? Yes, you can. Will it give you the results you're looking for? Probably not. Probably not. A lot of the times, believe it or not, it's not the speakers that suck. It's the power and the equalizer that they're using that sucks. Because you got to remember, they're EQing for the lowest common denominator. They don't want their speakers to ever blow, and they want it to sound good for a large majority of the people, which means it's kind of bland and kind of lifeless. Now, you could do a set of Flax in there. Mm-hmm. It'll immediately sound brighter because you're going to that bigger metal tweeter. How much brighter? I don't know. The mid bass will probably be diminished a little bit because now you're going with less power and a bigger magnet. So you'll lose some of the lower end sound, but it might be what you're looking for. 2014, I mean, honestly, I would recommend just going with the Focal inside, or what we call the plug and plays. They have smaller magnets, they're more efficient, and they're designed to sound better off of factory power. So you might actually have, by going down one, you might actually have a better result. So, take that. Have you worked on a Buick Encore? No, we don't get a lot of Buicks. Please feel free to name drop a Southeast Michigan installer that is... I don't know anybody in Michigan.
GTS?
He's not in Michigan. I know. I tell you who is in Michigan, though. On here is Tommy Who. Tommy Who is the national sales manager for HKI, which is Ground Zero and Sound Digital and Tory and all that other fun stuff. Anyways, he lives in Michigan. So maybe you look for Tommy Who, and hopefully he says, like works for HKI, and he might be able to help you as far as finding somebody in Michigan. You might know somebody. Okay, so there we go. Grizztronics is the song that we played. Thank you. I knew somebody would remember. Perfect. But yeah, Grizztronics is the song. So there you go. Yeah, I got the pick. Okay, greetings from New York. Love your YouTube videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fernando, what is your favorite? Fernando, favorite year Volkswagen?
I'm gonna say 60s and 70s Volkswagen Beetle.
There you go.
Yeah.
When you do your amp racks, you use
holders?
Fuse holders close to the amps. What's the reason, and do you still fuse at the battery? Oh, so now we're having one of those fuse questions. Okay, so we'll take it from the battery because that's just the flow of things. You always have to fuse at the battery. The fuse underneath the hood serves one purpose and one purpose only. That is to protect the vehicle. Okay, that's what it's there for. So you're running through the firewall, which is metal, and if that were to accidentally, I don't know, let's say you get in a car accident or all of a sudden you did a crappy job, anyways, that wire were to short out to the metal, it would catch on fire and burn directly to the battery. So you fuse it at the battery so that it prevents that from happening. So fuse number one goes underneath the hood at the battery to prevent that from happening. Now, most amplifiers have some form of either internal fuse or external fuse. However, some of the new amplifiers don't use fuses. They use a form of smart circuit breakers would be the easiest way to say it. It's not a circuit breaker in that it's like a manual. It automatically will trigger. So I used to rely on these. I used to think these were the best thing ever. They worked. And then as I got to know more and more engineers in the industry, I started asking them these questions. Hey, are these things really this good? Should I be relying on this? Does it actually do what we're hoping for? And the reality is most of them are like 0.01 failure rate, which is like, wow, lightning.
0.01 what?
0.01 of a failure rate.
No, I just remember again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
0.0 dick. So the likelihood of them failing is almost impossible, but we're using the word almost. So at that point, now we have to say, all right, well, if there's a chance, how much is a distribution fuse box? It can't be that expensive. So it makes more sense to just go, okay, on those particular amplifiers, yes, we hope that they will work. However, we're still going to put an external fuse on the outside. Then there's the other opportunity where you go, okay, I need some form of distribution block for power and ground. All right, well, those, I could put two distribution blocks in there, which we have in the past, like Audio Control has, hold on. Audio Control fuses all their amplifiers, so we just use distribution blocks. However, in some cases, you do one amp that has fuses and another amp that doesn't. In that case, we're going to go with the fuse distribution block. So there is a method to the madness. And as far as where we mount them, usually they're close just because we don't have a lot of space, and we're just trying to maximize our use of that. So the reality is if you're running a 4 gauge or a 0 gauge back, at some point you have to break it into multiple pieces, and it just makes sense at that point to just go fuse distribution. So yeah, hope that helps. What 12 sub would you recommend to go with an XR Nano 1.5? A lot of the times we use the Rockford P2 12. That's kind of like our go-to. We did one. When did we do one? Oh, we actually have one in this right now. Jeez, sorry. So this is actually a shallow mount P3, but I'm confusing it with is the 802.5. The 802.5 we typically do a P2, but it's again with the 901.5 we typically do a P3. So something that has 500-600 watt power handling. We have dynoed the amplifier and gotten up to 800 watts out of the subsection, just to give you an idea of what you're actually dealing with. What are the plug and play equals to access or slates or like K2? So the plug and play for a Ford would be what is in the integration line. So it uses like the access tweeter and then a cone of their own. So the plug and plays are different depending on the type of car they're going in. Ford Ford, Toyota are like their normal series, which is like their integration. It's like right around access. But then if you go into like Tesla, it's flax. If you go into Mercedes, it's K2. But for the Ford, it's more of an access. There really isn't anything for slate. The slate fiber stuff is just 2 speakers, a 6.5 coaxial and a 6.5 component, and that's it. Dean, what do you think on AMT tweeters? I feel like I don't know what that is. I don't know. I'm missing something. Teptic Tuesday, who has the oldest working amp? Who? You mean like who still makes one? Or do I personally own my oldest working amp is the one that Fro gave me, which was his brother's original Moon and Stars non-shiny, so it's the matte red 225 HCCA. Stereo Steve!
Hey.
What's up? Happy day to you too. Yes, don't burn your stuff down.
Burn.
Audio Dynamic makes a 3.5 tweeter dash replacement that has separate inputs similar to the Illusion. Have you seen or had any experience with these drivers? No. Most speakers now are biampable of some sort, but I will look at the Audio Dynamics and see what they have going on. Keep in mind the Illusion was $750, so. Circuit breakers, not a fan either, Bobby. Sorry about that. Do I need to put fuses on epicenter? I mean, the reality is if you're just coming out of your amplifier, probably not. But if you're going any distance, you'd want to put a fuse closest to your power source. Think of it just like a battery underneath the hood. There again, that fuse is to protect the wire. Someone once told me fuse restrict battery voltage and
That was awesome.
Oh God. I mean, okay. So the reality is there's always a bottleneck somewhere, right? I mean, if you ever open up an amplifier and look inside of it, it's not like there's a zero gauge going directly to the power supply, and it's, there's always a bottleneck somewhere. The fuse is there to protect the car, and I'm sure we've all seen the basshead guys that decide they don't want to run fuses because I'm sure they heard the same thing too, and they're on fire on the side of the road.
No, they can't be like that, bro.
So,
No.
I mean, you know what we should do? You know what would be a really good test? That's thanks for asking that, by the way, because this makes my mind work. And we should take the amp die. We should take an amplifier and dyno it without a fuse. Take like an 18-foot wire, take like an amp kit, and dyno it without the fuse, and dyno it again with the fuse.
Okay.
And see how much loss there is.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
I mean, that seems like that would be. Would you guys agree that makes the most sense?
Still not gonna change nothing.
No, probably not. But if we're worried about like that statement that's like, I hear a fuse is robbing power. Well, if we were to dyno something, which we all agree is the best way to figure out how much wattage an amplifier has, we'll just do and in there again, I feel it has to be like we average it together. So like we do like the dyno like 3 times, because the dyno is never the same twice, guys. Shocker. We do like a dyno 3 times with a fuse and dyno 3 times without a fuse. Then we show you guys the results. And that way, that'll pretty much answer that question, I feel.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a good video.
I mean, yeah.
What?
No, I'm still...
Makes the most sense.
To see it.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna like...
No, I don't think it's going to matter.
No.
But to what I'm saying is to prove that point that it doesn't matter, I think that's the thing that
so
makes
what
the
happened
most
if
sense.
you... Let's see.
Well, right or wrong.
Crazy shit.
No,
what happened if you... Yes, you got slightly dropped.
You lose 10 watts?
You lose 10 watts.
Well, I would still put a fuse in and accept. I mean, dude, we've seen 4-channel amps where there's been 25 watts of difference from channel
between one channel and another channel, for sure.
So I don't think 10 watts. That's what I'm saying. If we run it 3 times with a fuse, 3 times without a fuse, I think the numbers are all going to be within 10 or 15 watts of themselves. Regardless, like I think we'll get like one with a fuse might have more power than one without a fuse. But either way, the average will be the same.
Yeah.
So, but I think that would be a great way to just like put a nail in the coffin of that, right? I think that makes sense. Let me know. Rockford or Kicker subwoofers?
I'm a Rockford guy.
This comes down to personal preference. They both have the sound that they create, and that isn't something that I can tell you to like. Like some guys absolutely love the way a Kicker sub sounds, and some guys like Fernando absolutely love the way a Rockford subwoofer sounds. They do have 2 different sounds to them. So to say, it really doesn't matter which one I like per se, because I don't want to sway you to buy one or the other. They're both great subs. They're both great subs. Do the 2 of you have a Venmo? I appreciate all the answers to the questions over the last several months. We don't do Venmo, but we do... What is that? Patreon. We do have a Patreon. I think you can do a donation on Patreon. I don't know. Epicenter should have a 2-amp fuse. Epicenter, I think it has one inside. I don't know. Arturo. Arturo's lucky right now because I can't do his voice.
Arturo is in a vacation, man.
He was in Colombia. Yeah,
he's
but I can't.
having so much fun.
But
it's
I can't do his voice right now because my voice is. I can't breathe out of my nose, so I can't do it. Air motion tweeters, AMT. Ooh.
Air motion tweeters.
I'm gonna have to look that up because I've never heard of that. Which there are. It happens. What's going, guys? What was for lunch? I had leftover spaghetti. So from the weekend, Sue didn't eat all her stuff. Arturo says Rockford Fosgate. Oh, I think that's the wrong answer for Arturo.
Why?
Well, because I thought he was like Mr. Helix, Mr. Blam.
That doesn't mean you don't. We just talking about.
Oh, those are the 2 he has to choose from. So,
yeah.
I mean, I figured he would do a write-in at that point. Love you too, Arturo. Of course, I could do what Arturo would sound like sick. Oh no, when he gets sick, he gets a deep voice. That's right. He goes, "Oh, good day, everyone. How are you?" Hi, I am Arturo. He sent me that, by the way. It's really nice. Between those choices, all right, yeah. These are the 2 I would pick.
What's the Patreon? It's not like in the website?
Yeah, I mean, it's in all our videos. It's in the link to all our videos as a Patreon. I believe it's just 5-Star Car Stereo, though.
Patreon.com? No.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Ray here. What's up, Ray? Anyway, so as we started out, the Toyota is done. 958 in the dash. 901.5 underneath the seat.
Yeah.
The 901.5 is running the dash speakers and the door speakers, and the radio is running the rear speakers. And I talked about this yesterday, and I'm glad I just thought of that, because we were talking about how Kenwood has the ability to control the output volume of the speakers, so that we can use the factory amplifier and keep it in parallel with the amplifier. Just obviously at a lower volume. So let me show you what I'm talking about here, so you can get an idea for that. So I'm gonna do this, and we'll make sure we're on HD radio, and we'll turn it all the way down. I think it's got to be at like 1. Okay, which is fine. So we'll come over here to menu, we'll hit audio. Okay, so the first place to control the volume of the rear speakers is if we go into crossover. Now what we want to do is we want to set up our crossovers for the type and size speakers we have. So for example, the front is a 6x9, and we were going to put large for tweeter because it's a 3.5, and then for rear we'll put 6.5. Now the reason why you want to do this, especially for us, is because if the customer gets in here and it says 5.25, they're going to be like, these guys didn't do their job. All right, so now we'll come into here, and there again, the thing is once you get into crossover, you don't have to get out. You can just go front, rear, sub, and adjust it here. Keep in mind though that if you don't, when you set these up here, it changes what the crossover points are. So it's easier to set this up first and then hit enter, and now go in and set up your crossover points. All right, so the first thing is here where you see this gain. All right, so that gain allows us to, and you can see the graphical representation of it. It's telling us that we've moved the rear speakers 3 dB down from everything else in the car.
Can you move it down just to see it?
Yeah. So if I hit down, see that'll move that down, and that'll move that up. Okay. Now if I hit front, the cool thing about front, let's say I was just running the deck, or let's say I was just running it standard front, rear, sub, and I wanted to control the volume of the tweeter and the dash. Well, I could come into front, and then down here where it says tweeter gain, if I tap this, okay, my camera is doing strange things. All right, so if I tap this, you'll notice it's doing a high shelf.
Low shelf.
No, this is a low shelf, sorry. It's doing a low shelf here for the tweeter, so this is just decreasing that signal output. So it's not like there's a separate power going to the speakers. It's not. It's just applying that filter to the output of the front channels. So that is the first place I can control the level of the rear speakers. Now if I get out of here, and now if I go into time alignment, which we set up for this car, and we set adjust, we can set up all our cool delays, which you guys have seen me do, but now we select level. So when I go into level, now I can adjust the level independently. So I can turn down the rears independently. So we have 4 dBs more of adjustment here and 3 dBs of adjustment here, for a total of 7 and 6 dBs that we've brought down the rear channel. And then I've decreased the driver's front door by 2. Okay. I can also now go in, and just like I did that low shelf here, I can control those tweeters independently. So it looks just like the crossover it looks like the shelf filter that I applied to the tweeters in the crossover. It's going to do the same thing, but it's going to do it just the left side or the right side. So if I don't want to do both at the same time, let's say this tweeter is just like so hot, it's like crazy, and it's pulling everything to that side of the car, I can come in and just adjust the volume on that one tweeter.
What about delay?
Output. Well, delay is done here.
And what is it delay for?
The delay is so that I can align the position of the driver to where I want the main focus point to come from. So if I want it to come here, if I want it to come here, this has a grill, so we want it to emulate like there's a speaker here, so we're going to use this as our delay point for the driver.
That's amazing.
And then in the Kenwood, you can set it up for whatever you want. So we just set up that one because that's who's driving the car. So that allows us to
That's your tech tip of the day.
That allows us to have the rear speakers track the front speakers without distorting the output, because the amplifier output will start to distort way faster than the RCA output. The RCA, we can go all the way up on the volume knob, but obviously because it's an amplifier and it's a cheap amplifier, it's 15 watts, it's going to cause that to distort. How does that differ in network mode? So network mode, it just takes away rear and adds in tweeter and mid, and then when you're in the so there's no volume control for rear output when you're in network mode because the rears are shut off. So it changes drastically when you're in network mode.
Drastically.
It does. You can't do this while you're in network mode. Because with this, we're really relying on the amplifier to do the network mode portion of it. Maybe one day we'll fire up a radio and go through network mode and controlling all that fun stuff. Fire the radio. Yep, make it quit. Because we don't want that. That's no fun. Amazing how you guys are willing to teach the people who are willing to learn. God bless you both. I've been watching 5-star for years. No, thank you.
No, thank you for watching.
Yeah, definitely. Can I use LGD greens if I'm using the line as an RCA input? I soldered on. No.
LGD greens?
Okay, so... Alright. I'm going to guess here what you might be talking about. Some amplifiers are using the RCA inputs as their high-level inputs. So, for example, like a Rockford Fosgate Mini Power Series, we call them the Mini T amplifier, there's no external high-level to low-level input. Everything just comes into the RCA section. In which case, if we were putting it into a car connected to a factory radio, we'd use our LGDs, and then we'd put RCAs on the other end to plug them into the amplifier. The RCAs really aren't RCAs like we think of an RCA. It's just that's the input plug for the high level portion of the amplifier. So if that's what you're talking about, then yes. Otherwise, no. The amplifier has to be able to accept high level through the RCA section when doing that. If not, no, you're gonna make bad things.
Yeah.
Bad things happen.
Go to the honest man and check.
Yeah. You have a new video of the Pioneer where you showed network mode. Oh, we do have that. We do have that, Christian. But not in the sense like when we shot that video, that was a long time ago. And I don't really think at that point in time everyone was hip to the game of activeness. And also Pioneer and Kenwood's network modes are totally different. Totally different. Moscone. Same with the second RCA high. Yeah, Moscone. Okay. Sounds good, Christian. He's always good. All right. That's what we got going on here today. We hope you guys enjoyed this. This has been 5 minutes of 5-star. But before you go, don't forget to check morelhifi.com because they have new product. They do?
They do. It's a new subwoofer. It's not there yet, but they have new product. So don't forget, check it out so you guys can see it and all that stuff. morelhifi.com. Here on Instagram, you can find all the cool pictures about Morel, from amplifiers and builds and speakers and the whole 9 yards. Morel_America. Thank you for being sponsor for the 5 minutes with 5-star, guys.
Ooh, just do that. Yeah. And then you can sit back there and do this, that.
What are you trying to do?
I don't know. I don't feel like holding the phone. And I wanted to be different. I didn't just want to be like, hey, look, it's Fernando standing there behind a light pole.
Can't even see me.
Yeah, it's like you're invisible.
Exactly. Hello.
Yep. See
who was it?
Yeah.
No
so
way.
I'll just do that. Couldn't even tell. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to 5 minutes of 5-star. What's up, Lance? Lance's videos always pop up in my feed. I love listening to him talk. But anyways, how's everybody doing today? Today is Wednesday, and it is rainy and gray, and both of us are just kind of like, so check it out. Here's what we got going on for the weather. It's just like, look at that. That's like winter up north, just gray skies. And sadly, if it wasn't raining, I'd feel great. Like, to me, that gray sky is like, ooh, break from the, just kind of reminds me when I was a kid in Michigan and, wintertime and all that. It was a lot of fun. What's up from Cali? Hello from Colorado. Yay, Wednesday, hump day, bro. Hump day. So anyways, today is one of those weird days for us. We have them usually at least one a week where we get kind of caught up on the what I like to call radios and simple stuff. And so today is that day. We're working on, this is a Highlander sitting over here.
Yes.
And this is the third car today?
Yeah.
What was the first one?
It was Chevy.
Oh, the speakers. Yeah, so it was 2 radios and a speaker. And the Honda Accord was last night. That was the radio swap.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So typically when we get done with a 2 or 3 day job, we either go directly into another 2 or 3 day job, or we go into what we like to call radio day. And we did radio day. Hello from the rainy Netherlands. How's the shop remodel going? Very slow. Very slow. We got guys over there working right now, getting the boom room taken care of. So they spent the first part of the week sanding the walls, texturizing the walls, fixing everything that the first guy did. And now they're trying to figure out how to put molding around a window, which is kind of amusing. But their drywall work looks amazing, so we'll just go with that. I got a 2004 Highlander radio swap. Very nice. This is like a 20. It had the typical Toyota, the radio went dead. So kind of sucks for them, but no big deal. Put a new radio in. Nothing like winter up north. I'm in Western Canada. Currently temperature is 38 outside and snowing. No, you can have that. Hello from Wisconsin. Fresno checking in at 67. Wish winter up north looked like that. Yeah. Volume knob went dead. Yeah. That's Toyota, man. I'm just not a fan of their radios. Although, it's just what it is. Hello from Illinois. So for this, we just did a standard swap out. Apparently, Paul's radio of choice right now is the DMX 809. So that seems to be what we've been putting in for the last, I think this is like the third one we've put in so many days. Hello from Illinois. I already said that. But yeah, so nothing too exciting going on here as far as that goes. It's 50 here and on and off rain. Isn't it always on and off rain up there? I mean, what's up from Cali? A lot of guys from California. It's pretty funny. Heat wave in Utah this week, up to 65 today. Damn, 49 and sunny in Massachusetts. It'll probably be sunny tomorrow. Do you know what the weather is supposed to be like tomorrow?
Yeah, I can check.
Have you looked? Look, he's actually wearing a hoodie though, which is kind of funny. Look at him, he's got a hoodie on. Yeah. That's straight up Florida winter weather.
It's gonna be 70s, man.
70s? Yeah. What about the rain? Any chance of rain?
It's gonna rain still.
Still raining?
Yeah. It's gonna rain.
Hi from Maryland. What's up, Ada? I got a Camry 2005 JBL. It ain't worth it to swap it. Car is a part of a fleet. Yeah, definitely let that one go. It's new Corvette weather here. Okay. I have a Pioneer radio going to a DM810. Then Rockford amps. When I play music, no problem. But when I mute or pause the music for 30 plus seconds, it starts getting a hosey noise. I mean, obviously the simple answer is don't pause it. The real question is the noise there all the time, or is it something the radio is doing because you're pausing it? That's probably one of those weird things. And then does the noise change with volume? Because that's also something. Like, for example, there's certain cars that we do that the factory, and this is obviously not a factory, this is a Pioneer, but the factory actually has noise. And you can't hear the noise unless the volume is all the way up and it's paused, or up a good amount and paused. And then the noise is intermittent. But during regular music playbacks, you would never hear the noise because it's being masked by the system. So in your case, you have to figure out, is the noise always there, or is it just something because you're pausing it? So that's going to be that could be a difficult challenge You might want to change mediums. So for example, if there's an aux input on the Pioneer, probably on the back of the radio and hard to get to, but you may want to try plugging in through the aux to see if it changes. Or if you're going over Bluetooth, try plugging in. So change the medium in which you're listening to music and then try to pause it and see if the noise is still there. So you can kind of figure out where the noise is coming from. You could also just unplug the radio, plug directly into the amplifiers from your phone, and once you've done that, pause it and see if it's coming from the radio, if it's coming from the phone, if it's something inherent to the DSP. So there's a lot of ways you could change your inputs to see where the noise is coming from. Shorts with sweaters. No, Fernando only wears pants. He's got skinny legs. He's embarrassed by them. It's okay. Right, Fernando?
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. So, but me, I will wear shorts and be stupid about it.
I have shorts. I wear shorts on the weekends.
Yeah. Have you played with the Alpine processor auto-tune feature? That's a funny one. You should ask that, because we've only asked Alpine, 5 times now? 6 times now?
Yeah, a few times.
For them to let us borrow one of those. And they keep, no. I'd love to, though. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to. I'd like to throw it in Haley's car and just see what it can do. What's up from Chicago? Is there an advantage using high level versus low level? No. So this is one of those topics that gets talked about a lot, and it's kind of annoying. Obviously, the cleanest signal here is the go-to, right? We want the cleanest signal possible. So whichever medium gives us the cleanest signal possible is the one we want to use. Hands down, that's it. The one that doesn't have any EQ, that doesn't distort, that gives us full volume control. That's it. That's what we're looking for. Most of the time when going into, let's say, some form of a processor, the processor has enough headroom built into it or control to where it's really not losing any sleep, whether it's a high voltage or low voltage situation. It doesn't really care. And then if you're going off the amplifiers, they don't really care either. So the goal is to just feed it with the cleanest signal possible. Now, there's been talk from people in the past where they say, use the high level output of your aftermarket radio because it's more voltage going in your amplifiers. And it's like, okay, that's half of the equation. That's only the half that says it has more voltage coming out. The other half of that is, well, no, you don't want to do that because there's not a clean volume control from 0 all the way up to max. It's going to distort a lot quicker because the amplifier inside of it is going to clip and distort, and that's it, because these aftermarket radios aren't using really high-end amplifiers. They're using crappy ones. Now, yesterday we were talking about how we can use the amplifier in the Kenwood because we have all the controls in it to reduce the volume in order to use that. So we have like a gain control via the amount of level control we have built into that specific style radio, which is fine. But there again, all we're doing is we're bringing that voltage down to where it's usable without clipping. Whereas the RCA will automatically just do that. It'll give us full range, no clipping, full range of the volume knob with no clipping. So, I don't think it's worth it to do. Maybe it will be, maybe it won't. Exactly. Now, when you're dealing with, let's say, a factory radio and you don't have an option, then obviously you're going to use that, and then you're going to want to, then the other problem is, all right, I have to use high level. How high on the volume can I go up? And a lot of times the manufacturers of those vehicles know that the consumer is going to get in there and rail that knob all the way up. So you actually most times have pretty clean signal up to almost all the way up. Usually it's like 1 or 2 clicks depending on the manufacturer. It also depends on where you have your bass and treble control. No, my nose is congested. It's not my mic.
can't breathe, so my voice is going to sound a little deeper. But anyways, yeah. So I hope that kind of gives you an idea of what we mean. And then the other problem you'd have is equalization. We had bad luck with it. Found we did better with mic and RTA. All right. So is there an advantage? Yeah. Hello, Bobby. What's happening? My amp has gain hiss if I go anywhere above 0. The Rockford amp does not clip until at gain 7. Yeah. I mean, it's Rockford makes 3 different levels of amplifiers, so I guess the next question would be which one are you using? And the other thing too is what is it connected to? So for example, if you're connected to, let's say, some form of highly efficient speaker that has over 100 dBs of efficiency, the likelihood of you having gain hiss is pretty high. It's pretty high for sure. That a voltage thing. It is a voltage thing. Yeah. You guys need the rain after your trip to the desert. Actually, it has been pretty dry here, so this is kind of nice. Our humidity is really low, though, which really sucks, because as Floridians, we're almost like lizards. We like the humidity. Are you going to do anything today? LOL. Nah, hopefully not. Actually, I got a ton of stuff I got to do. Yeah. I got to finish typing that email. Yeah, I gotta get that done. Yeah, but and I gotta go make a bunch of phone calls. So the likelihood of the email getting done is far. Cold and rainy here. Do you happen to heard of Stag Audio? Yeah, actually, I've heard of Stag. It is supposedly coming back in the United States from the same guys that are doing German Maestro, are supposedly bringing Stag back into the U.S. I don't know what iteration of Stag it is, because apparently there's been a couple iterations of Stag, as I'm told. So I don't know if it's like the original Stag and there's just new. I don't know about any of that, and because I'm not versed into the company that deep. I did see it when I was out there the other year, whenever that was. It is more popular in Europe, obviously, than it is here. Any changes planned for the lab? Yeah, there's quite a few. It's just a matter of getting to them, so to speak. So there's a long list of stuff. I'm not even gonna go through it because then it makes me feel bad. What kind of wood is your workbench top? It is MDF, and it's a holy. It's about as religious as you could get. I do have a piece of wood to replace it. I'm just trying to figure out if it's worth the effort to replace it or if I want to do something totally different.
Make a new one?
Yeah, I mean, I'd really like a butcher board top and then just have like a piece of wood that I put on top of it, that I can just throw away. To have just like a scrap board. Okay. So keep it butcher board nice and clean, kind of like we do with the router table. The router table we never drill on, which is nice. Because we don't want a bunch of holes in that because it needs to stay smooth. But you have that healing mat.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm way too brutal for that. Like I would just go right through it.
Yes.
So.
You're not meant to do this.
No, I'm not. So, but I think a nice butcher board top would be cool.
I mean, the reason why is because you do all the amp racks.
Right. But I still want something that looks nice. So.
I done 3 amp racks.
Oh, shush.
Right here.
Jesus Christ. I'm not going to do anything today either. I'm at work. This is the third car. Rockford amp is an R2 500.4 connected to Rockford components. In that case, if I was to guess, you're probably trying to get more out of the amplifier than it can do, and or your source unit is, yeah. So best bet is to get it to where you think it needs to sound good. Like, for example, like you said, I can dial it in and then it's perfect. And then unplug the input RCA and see what's going on. Like, unplug your RCA to see if the gain hiss goes away. If the gain hiss goes away, then you know the gain hiss is coming from the source unit, and the amplifier is just replicating it. Because a lot of the times, the goal of the amplifier is to not create any of its own noise, right? It's just to replicate whatever's being fed into it. So you have to figure out, is the source unit have the floor noise, and the amplifier, because you've turned it up, is just replicating it because it's, you know, garbage in, garbage out kind of thing? Or is it, once you get it set up perfectly, you unplug the RCAs and the floor noise is there in the amplifier, then you know, then, okay, well, my amplifier is creating this noise. So that's how you would check to figure out where the floor noise is generated from. My guess is probably coming from the source unit, because source units are just not, they're not all created equal anymore. A lot of inferior products on the market today for source units, and all brands. It's not any one brand specific. Everyone has a dog in their line, that is for sure. And that's being mean to the dog. For Rockford T2 6.5 on a 1004 amp, is that too much for them? Not in my world, no. However, you're okay. So the limitations of those speakers are the passive crossovers, okay? Because they can only handle, the crossovers themselves, the components in them can only handle so much power. And then it just turns into heat, and you're not getting much more out of that. So that's a great amplifier to use, for sure. However, keep in mind that it's only gonna be so loud, and then that's it. The crossovers are just gonna be getting hot. But it's a 4-channel, so I get what you're trying to do. So just keep that in mind when setting up the gain structure. You probably don't need to do much. And you want to, if anything, you just want to remember that the passive crossovers can only handle so much power. Remember. Stinger tour soon? Probably not. We would love to, but probably not right now for them. Natasha just joined.
Hi. She's saying, hi, Dean. Hi, Fernando.
I'm sure. Is Idea coming out with anything for 20 and up Colorado Canyons? The answer to that is, of course, yes. They want to have something for every car. So that's the other answer to that. The question you really want to know is, how soon are they coming out with that? And that is where the relative side of that comes in. And the answer to that is no time soon. However, Metra just came out with their version 2 of their Most Bus interface. We did get the chance to work with the first version of it. It sounded amazing. It has their little 10-band EQ. The problem with it was it would, certain situations, it could lose audio. We talked to them about it and proposed some solutions, and they actually fixed it. So if you have one of the older ones, there's a software update to it. However, pardon me, the chip they were using, like we've talked about before, chip manufacturing is still sucky. They ran out of the chips that they were using. They had to switch to a new chip, so they redesigned the whole piece, and now it is built in. So if you're looking for an interface into that Bose system for one of those, definitely check out the Metra piece, because it works and it sounds good. So check that out. Can I replace the factory radio in a 2003 Hellcat, or am I stuck using the factory head unit and end up using an LLC or a DSP? So, a 2003 Hellcat, you don't need to use an LOC. For the love of God, please do not use an LOC. I don't know if you can replace the unit. If you can, you would obviously check iData or check and see if the high 10 from Stinger works in that. Hold on.
Is it 2003?
Yeah. But there's no body change on it because the 2003 was the last year they made it.
2003?
Yeah, 2023.
Oh, okay.
2023. 2023.
Okay, yeah, no, Stinger has
So
a
I think,
solution for
right,
that.
I think you can put a high 10 in one of those. I think Stinger offers the whole kit to put a radio in that. However, if you want to keep the factory radio, you don't want to change it out, the Stinger doesn't work. That radio will take AR from iData. You can either do DSR1, you could do a PSM Pro from ARC, you can do a Blackbird that'll plug directly into it, whether it's amplified or not, it doesn't care. Or you can do an Amp Pro into anybody's product.
Yeah.
I personally like the DSR1 or I like the AR solution. So DSR1, PSM Pro, or Blackbird. You can do a Blackbird into that, 8 channels, 10 channels of DSP, all in one nice little sexy amplifier. But yeah, check to see if you want to replace the radio. I believe Stinger,
Yeah.
Stinger Off-Road or Stinger Solutions or whatever the hell it is now.
Stinger, that's it. Stinger.
Well, no, the website, StingerSolutions.com. That's the website.
The website
It's
is
StingerSolutions.com, yeah. Either way, the high 10 should work in that.
There you go.
Hi, Natasha. What's your setup for the router table? Anything fancy? Nothing fancy. So, we have one JESM lift here. This one always has the Mobile Solutions quarter 4 ball bearing in it, spiral bit. This is like my favorite bit for sure. This is a Porter cable router. We still have Porter cable routers, even though they stopped making them. This is our paint booth. We had to paint the dash kit in this car, so this is our cool little portable paint booth. This is a Mobile Solutions micro bit. So this is the roundover that we use for doing our amp racks. Uses a bushing. So this is a Formica router. I believe this is a Bosch. Yeah, this is a Bosch micro router that just sits here. This is a closed top because underneath it, it has this big Mobile Solutions monster, whatever, chamfer bit or whatever this is called. This one is, I gotta put some tape on there so it doesn't get dirt inside of it. But this one has a replaceable top bearing. So that is this kit from Mobile Solutions. So we can change any bearing we want. That's the magnet kit. This is the new micro set. We just haven't gotten around to changing it. So this is actually the new micro one we're gonna put in that has the ball bearing on it. And then they make it, no, it's not a chamfer, it's a rabbit. Okay, silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. So that's the giant rabbit. Chamfer is the 90. And then we have all the little things for this. These are both attached to the vacuum system here. And then this is our open vacuum. So when we do this, we just throw it into here. But these are the ones we use the most. And then, we have all our different size heads. We keep the switch unplugged, so these are dead because his son comes in and we don't want anyone to accidentally Then we keep some of our random ones up here. So this is the giant scary one from Mobile Solutions. So that's the quad bearing. So if we have to do anything that's really tall, we'll put this guy in. And then this is for the animal sled. So we have the big animal here. And then we've also bought the new micro animal. So this is the smaller animal. And then this is the shield that you can do all kinds of fun stuff with. Extreme router. So we have the two Milwaukee portables. And then we also just keep this guy here with the chamfer bit in it all the time, just in case. We use that a lot if we want to get messy. And then, most of you guys don't know, but hidden underneath all this crap is a third router lift. with another Ryobi router in it. But I don't think we've ever turned that on because there's always some crap around it. So at some point I would like to move them all three into here, and maybe just take out the micro one that we use and put a regular, put all three router lips in there and take out the little for micro router. But yeah, and all we do is plastics. So, but yes, we have that. It does go away when I unplug the RCAs. So there you go, source unit. There might be a plug-and-play DSP for the Hellcat. Yes, and that would be the iData. In the first gen RX-7, if I want to run Morel Nano 6.5s on a kicker key, would you go with Integras or separates with tweeter in A-pillar? Do you have room for the tweeters in the A-pillar? Because they're kind of big. We've done a older Supra, like one of the previous, like the Supra, the last Supra before this Supra, when we went with 4 Integra in there, and that sounded really good. That was really good. They were the hybrid Integras, I think. It was nice, but the problem with it was the sound stage was very low because they were, just coaxials in the bottom of the door. So if you have room for the tweeter, definitely do that. It'll increase the sound stage or move it up. Unused power results in heat. It always does. In the day, it was a generic rule of thumb that for every order the crossover slope, it is 5% power loss. All right. Is the shortage for RR2s due to an RR3 release? There is no RR3 release coming. So there's nothing. There is a new product coming out that is not is the other direction. So iData is coming out with, which they've announced, so we can talk about it. They're coming out with an entry-level non-data to data piece. So for example, if you have like an ILX W650 or the new 670 that doesn't do iData capability, or an old Pioneer that doesn't do it, or something that doesn't do a Sony that doesn't do iData, you can still use an RR. You just don't plug in the data to data connection. But people haven't figured that out. So iData is coming out with a new module that is not going to it's not going to have the data connection. So it's just going to be a cheaper iData solution for the people that don't want, or buying radios that don't have on board, like tell your tires and your oil pressure and all that, whatever. So that's coming out, but no RR3. You got a PGTI 3, 4, or 6 channel for sale? No, I don't. It was a Harman system. Okay. 2023, yeah. What is your favorite speaker to use in the F-150's Super Crew with the BO system? We put a heck of a lot of Focal Flax 6.5s in that particular system. Would you agree with that, Fernando?
Yeah.
I feel like the number one speaker in the BO for the Ford F-150 is definitely the Flax 6.5.
Yeah, but also you gotta talk to the customers, see what they like.
100%. I'm just answering the question as it was asked. Yes, obviously. I mean, we've done K2s, we've done Morels, we've done everything.
Exactly. But
the most common speaker we do in that car is that. Saludos. What's happening? Don't know on the Sienna. Probably a kicker of some kind, or Pioneer. Oh no, JBL. JBL makes a really neat factory replacement speaker for those. So check out JBL. You got the flu, don't you? I had it. It sucked for a week. Sure. I mean, admitting it is probably nothing I will do. Best 12-channel DSP to time-align 12-inch subwoofers. if you're going to find somebody with a 12-inch or 12-channel DSP, chances are good it's going to be the one that'll have no problem time aligning subwoofers.
Correct.
You know, because that's not going to be an inexpensive DSP. So pick one.
Right.
AKA finger remover. Yeah, no, that's a roundover. Have a good afternoon. You too. Have you ever had any weird noise with Amp Pro on Dodge Ram 2022? Weird noise on a no. The only time we ever had any weird noises were on Fords. However, it's an Amp Pro. So here's the problem with Amp Pro, and this is across all of the Amp Pro line, whether it be Radio Pro, Amp Pro, Steering Wheel Pro, I don't care what it is. The problem with all of them is something very simple, and it usually has to do with software updates. The reason why I like to use iData over Amp Pro is that every time I plug one in, I plug it into my laptop, and I can't use it until I've flashed it to the most current software available. Unfortunately, when you use one of the Pro products from Amp, or from Stinger, that's not always the case, meaning most people don't go on and check to see if there's any software updates or if it needs to be updated. They pull it out of the box, they plug it in. Now, that could have been sitting in the warehouse for 6 months. It could have been bad inventory. It could have been old inventory. Who knows what could have happened? It could have been sitting in a rep distribution place, or it could come to you and be out of date. And nobody thinks to plug these things in to check. I was reading yesterday where somebody was complaining about a Jeep, and he's like, every 3 days it loses communication and the audio goes dead. I unplug it and it comes back on. What gives? And my buddy Ernie that works in tech support said there's a software update for that. Just simply reflash it, plug it. But people aren't trained to do that like we are with iData. I've asked them, hey, why don't we just make these things so they plug in? And they're like, oh, we can't because certain vendors and buyers and blah, blah, blah. But so there again, that might not be the problem with this, but a lot of the times problems with those particular Amp Pros and stuff is because there is a software update. Now, you may have checked, I don't know. But a lot of times there's software updates that fix these specific things. So, and there again, I went on a rant. I apologize. This has nothing to do with you. AR2 is coming, but AR2 is a whole nother animal. I'm at work, and I think I missed the answer to the RX-7 question, but think I caught the tail end of it. Did you recommend the separates? If you have room, definitely go separates. Nando's over there zoning out.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Good call, Fro. Dean's dream car is a Dodge Omni. I've already had my dream car. Are you a fan of JL? In what sense of the word? I feel it kind of falls into it's car audio. It's high end. It's nice. I like it. I physically paid for a piece that's sitting on my DSP shelf over there. They didn't give it to me. I had to buy it just because I wanted to be familiar with the product because I know a lot of people love it.
They have a great product.
Yeah, I was gonna say
They have great product.
Yeah, I mean they make
woofers, amplifiers, DSPs, everything.
I think they make probably one of the best shallow mount subwoofers on the planet.
Yeah.
And I would still like to have a W7. I don't know what I would use it for, but I just think it's a cool looking subwoofer.
It's nice.
Those Omnis were super. You want the GLH Turbo Omni is the one you're talking about. The GLH Turbo Omni was insane. Hey, Fro. Hi, Dave. That's what Trigillis used to have. Is there a way to find where engine noise is coming from? Sorry about that. Which is weird because Ada was on the thing and then he just calls. Which is kind of odd. Yes, but not easily. I pick Helix. There you go. Yo, Fro. Hi, Bobby. All right, let me... Tech tip of the day. Toilet paper is still facial tissue. Eckley has a 23A4 for his MSC stuff. Okay, didn't know that. Okay. Well, hey, listen, guys. That's about it. We got to get this car out of here and on to the next one. Thank you guys so much for asking some questions today. I'm glad we had the opportunity to do that. Radio replacement day for us. Tomorrow is Thursday, Today is Wednesday and it's raining. Other than that, Fernando, who's the show brought to you by?
Don't forget to check morelhifi.com because they have nice products. BMW. They also have the biggie, the small.
I was just going to say they have the new shallow mount subwoofer coming out.
Yeah.
That could be cool.
That's cool for car audio people. What about for home audio people that like to have...
Yeah, but the home audio guys ain't paying our bills, man.
Dude.
The car audio guys are
Doesn't
paying
matter.
our bills.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does matter.
Check them out, morelhifi.com. They have cool stuff. They also team out with,
Mobridge.
So they gonna come out with the full system for the Bronco. Just wait for that. It's gonna be awesome. All hybrid stuff. Beautiful. Check here, Morel_America for all the cool pictures about Morel. And Natasha giveaways. This sometimes does. So, thank you guys.
Bye. Good morning. Good afternoon. You didn't get the notification? I heard
Good
you.
night.
I heard you get the notification.
I got all the notifications.
Yeah, I know. You have all your notifications turned on. Ugh, I dropped my screwdriver.
That's not good.
I love that screwdriver.
No, that doesn't work.
I see an F-150. You see an F-150. You are correct. Yeah, you guys should all know what these things look like, whether you're an F-150 fan or not, because we work on a ton of these. I've learned to accept it. I like working on them,
Oh, you accept it?
I've just accepted it. It's just,
I don't like them, but I'm just gonna...
we know all the secrets, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing left. So this was a fun one. So there's your red and black marine, or red and yellow marine wire. If anyone's wondering, that's marine wire. We use it because it's a dual run. So it's a dual run of 4 gauge T-spec fuse holder right there. Fords love to make all just kinds of noise. Like, we'll be here at night and recording some stuff, and these things will just make noise all night long. It's pretty creepy. Power comes in here. Ground comes right here. Aluminum car. All these, it's tucked up in here, goes into the firewall over there. But yeah, so there's the power wire. I was in the Ford plant yesterday where they are made. I see hundreds of them. Oh, that would be fun. Not gonna lie, I would be down with that. I would totally be down with that. So this gentleman has the newer big screen. We haven't done a lot of these yet. Like, we haven't filmed a lot of these yet. I don't know why, but we probably gonna need to next year. But what we got is, the cool thing about this particular, whether it's a BO or non-BO, is that the radio is actually located right here. So you pull this trim off, pull this little rubber thing off, pull the grill off, 2 screws under there, just like every other Ford F-150 has ever existed. However, the brain is sitting right here. So there's 8 screws underneath this that you remove to get the radio brain up. And then PAC makes a T-harness that plugs right into it. Don't forget to use your load resistors, but then you can get everything right there. Makes a nice mount. So in this one, bass knob, they have a nice little knockout now for the bass knob to go in. So there you go. And then power and bass knob go up this side. Speakers, inputs and outputs go up the passenger side. Typical F-150's fashion, nothing crazy there. And you guys know what this is, right? That's right, this is the key microphone, so that means we got keys coming from overseas. Anyways, so we got a Key 501 running a Comp RT box underneath the seat here. And we did this for the bass restoration portion of it. That's why we didn't use the amplified version of the box, because it would have been easy just to do that. And if it wasn't like an external DSP, we definitely would have done that. Let me get a light. Here, hand me that one right there. Yeah. Thank you. Somebody asked the question the other day on one of the channels. was like if I'm doing a DSP, like an 8-channel, 6-channel DSP amplifier, is it okay to use an amplified subwoofer box like the Kicker Comp RT amplified box? So like the amplified version of this is that, you know, or like a Rockford P300 or insert name here. Audison has one. Like there's an Audison one over here. Anyways, yeah, that's actually a great idea. But in this case, since this is an acoustical, which is all we really need for an F-150, we went with the key to fix the bass side of the F-150. So there's that, and then the key is doing the audio side. So this is running front stage. So we have power bass that he installed. So he did some power bass plug and play 6.5s, and then the 6x9 tweeters in this. So we pulled the tweeters, ran our own wires to the tweeters. So now it's channel 1 and 2 tweeters, 3 and 4 are mid bass caps on the rear speakers, so they're actively crossed over.
What is the cool feature about the 500.1?
The cool feature about the 500.1.
Yeah.
Which 500.1? Oh, this has. I'm like, what? I'm sorry, Dayquil. So this has de-equalization built into it. So on the top here, there's the cool key features. There's the key button right there. You have a gain match track, so this has a distortion detector built into it.
Yep.
That light right here next to the bass knob is the status light, so that'll light up to tell you that your gain is up too high. And that also tells you the status of setting up the amplifier. So when you press this button, you toggle through it first to do gain sweep, and you toggle through it again to do de-equalization. It runs a sine sweep and de-EQs it, and then runs the math, and then it blinks real fast, Knight Rider style. It'll tell you it's all set and ready to go. But this will fix all the nonsense from the factory. So like, this is great for pretty much every car out right now, because it can it's a smart amp. It can de-EQ, so it'll take away the bass roll off. It'll take away the low pass. It'll try to EQ out all the problems that you have in the subwoofer. So that's really cool. And of course, the key 200.4. We all kind of know the magic that this has. Microphone. It does its auto EQ setup, which is really nice. So that's that. T-spec power distribution block down here on the bottom. Amp rack. Simple, short, small little amp rack goes right there. This did not have BO, so I was using deodorant. It was perfectly fine. Yeah?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Bass knob on the...
Yep, show the bass.
I showed the bass. All the bass.
How are the Astro lightings holding up? So these have been doing wonderful. They are a little, like, they're getting a little like this.
Tighten them.
But we could probably tighten up those screws there and fix that. Okay, so just tighten those up.
Don't go crazy.
The long ones, these guys here, these last. This is the Sabre, so these last about 2 years, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
The first thing to fall out is this. This will pop right out of the top here. That's why you can see it's just attached here. It's no reason. It doesn't matter. Like you can see we've glued them in. We tried epoxying them in. We've taken them apart. It sucks. It's not even worth it. All of them are falling out. So it's not even worth fighting that battle. We just immediately just do this. These are always going to break. It just kind of sucks. But these have lasted pretty good. We have one that died. One of the shorter ones. Well, we had about 4 in the last couple. The last like 6 years that have died.
Yeah.
But and then surprisingly, we have one other light that plugs in right here that's actually holding on. Although it's the USB is starting to crack like the original one.
I'm waiting for Milwaukee to come up with those battery.
They have them, I think. But just
don't have it?
Because batteries don't work. Those are battery operated.
No,
they don't work.
I got a really nice with like a longer.
No. They just does math. Colin.
Colin? Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, Colin? He knows
math.
the math they do.
Knows the math.
He knows the math.
That's right.
Yeah, you can just smack Joe right now and go, huh, he said they do math. And he'll be like, what? What's he talking about now? What's Dean doing?
Well, what's that crazy MF up to?
That's how he talks?
It is how he talks right now, and my voice all screwed up.
Really?
Any chance Kenwood releases a new 1057 with updated features? So the reality is, guys, there's always a chance. There's always a chance. I don't know anything as far as product releases. Kenwood doesn't tell anybody anything. Japanese companies typically don't.
No, not at all.
But
it's a chance.
there's a chance. And reality is we'll kind of know what's coming out in about a month and a half. About a month we'll have a lineup for 2024. So we're really close to knowing. And I'm sure there's somebody that already knows. So as soon as I know and I can tell you guys, don't worry, I will tell you guys. Because I'm waiting just like you guys are. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
So yeah, there's definitely that. We want to know too.
We want to tell you too.
Yeah. Need to go into the fader and fade it. I gotta adjust the fader
A little bit?
Yeah, because I forgot to go in and adjust it. Froze in the house.
Jason.
Recently, I got a 2010 Chrysler 300C with the Boston system. Boston. Does it have a subwoofer in the rear deck? And if so, what size would it be? More than likely, it does have a subwoofer. Yeah, it's probably an 8-inch. Might be a 7-inch, though. That's a weird one. The best thing to do is pull it out and put a real subwoofer in the trunk.
Yeah.
And Fro says, I guess there will be very little changes from Kenwood. I'm guessing no, don't guess too hard on that one. Keep in mind, Kenwood really hasn't done a lot of changes in that higher end radio for like 3 years now. So it's due.
Yeah.
It's due for an update. That is for sure. And we do know that they are coming out with some really cool stuff. We do know that. So it might have to happen. So, is there any reason to keep my old blown 03 Viper subwoofer? Maybe to rebuild it, sell it on eBay. I'm not sure I should throw it away since parts are scarce for that car. I mean, it sounded like crap though. Like, right? I mean, everyone hates the way that subwoofer sounds in the Viper.
I think Oscar made it sound better.
I don't think anyone has ever made that thing
Really?
sound better. No, it's just like I just
Wow.
I mean, at best you get like an 8-inch and it fires into between you, and it's not designed right to capture bass. It's not a good design.
Right.
You know, the car is sexy as hell. I've always loved the Viper.
Yeah.
But maybe that's the car I'd want. Probably not though. I don't know.
Viper?
I love Vipers. I always love the look of that car.
I have one.
Protected by Viper?
Yeah.
Please stand back.
It.
I just always
Vipers are.
I don't know. I've always loved the look of that car.
Yeah.
I don't know if it holds up today though, because like I was looking at that new Corvette. These are cars I can't afford by any stretch of the imagination.
Whatever, dude.
Anyways,
on.
I'm married, bro.
That
I'm
doesn't
paying
mean
for
nothing.
college, all right? Back off. And what would be the easiest and best way to do so? Okay, I guess I missed the first half of Diamond's question. The easiest way would be, there's no easy way to get to that woofer. You got to take the whole back of the car apart to get to it. It totally sucks. Best bet, disconnect it. Best or easiest thing is just cut it, put a real sub in the trunk. Just get a Moscone DSP in your... Oh, jeez. Look at Christian. Christian just, like, flaunting his Moscone DSP. Dude, literally, I had to school him on why he should buy it. And now he's walking around like, by the way, have I told you?
I have a Moscone
DSP.
You guys all suck.
Yeah. What do you... Oh, I'm sorry. You don't have a Moscone DSP. Hey, bitch, you don't have a 430 either. Oh! Damn.
Okay, no. See, that was the thing. Now he's gonna go buy one. Watch.
A 430?
Yeah.
I mean, at that point,
he's gonna buy one. Watch.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Vipers are awesome and very fast. I don't even care about the fast. See, guys, okay, I don't have that fascination for fast like most people have.
Why not?
I'm a it looks cool kind of guy. Like I've taken some really awesome pictures of Vipers.
You're driving like this.
Yeah, and
It's just, I don't know, man. It's just like, yeah, I don't know.
I'm not getting an aerobic workout. I'm simply driving home. Just simply driving home with the top down and the air blowing through what's left of my hair.
No, I can't.
Well, I mean, you know. Is your left knee up to running a clutch pedal? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can totally do a clutch pedal. Yeah. My knees work fine. Remember, I run. So they both actually work really good. What kind of LOC or what piece should I use? So you can use an LOC, but I would just buy an amplifier that has a good LOC built into it. Maybe if you're there again, we talked about the Key 501 at the opening of this. The Key 501 can take like 40 volts of input.
Yep.
So it's all built in. So, you know, you have a key, you have an audio control amplifier, has an awesome, you have any one of the power series punch, any Rockford amp, any kicker amp. All those all have badass high level to low level adapters built into them that you don't need an external one that can handle the amount of voltage that's going to come from that.
I'm just going to say most now, right?
Ooh, 830 for the win. I got an 830. It's sitting on the wall right over there. Ooh, I love it.
Who's saying that?
We're actually picking on somebody today that stopped by because he had a 430 and all this other crap. And I said, should have just got an 830, bro. 830 is where it's at. 835. Sincere, the Moscone DSP is no, he's over here trying to tell us something we don't know.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know the Moscone DSP was impressive?
No, I didn't know that.
Ooh, you know what we got to do?
What?
When we get Barney, we got to have him come over and Barney tune it.
And so they can give us a hug?
No, I don't love Christian that much, but I'll still Barney tune his car.
Yeah, I mean, he can bring the car for sure.
I mean, if Nalika plans on winning that bet, we'll have that Barney here in the next couple weeks.
No, I don't think so.
I just will hold his P60s until he sends us a Barney.
Okay, now he's gonna send.
Now he's gonna send us the damn Barney. So we got to set out the P60
limited edition
Porsche speakers. Yeah, that we got to do an unboxing on. With no bass in the Stang, bro. My Mustang hits hard, bro.
The Mustang?
Yeah, that thing slams.
Amazing.
It's dude, man, those just banging.
Dude.
Yeah, my door panels buzz. Ooh, shit, yeah.
Audio goes like.
Still want Sage to build me that 310s box for the shallow flax.
Are you going to put it on?
Okay, moving on. So here's how I see the pieces coming together.
I mean, they're gonna come in a box.
No. If I can get my hands on the Lynxwell radio,
okay,
that'll go in. That'll force me to have to do something because I can't just do that.
Okay.
So if Lynxwell sends me the Mustang radio, then everything else is just going to happen. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I don't think Lynxwell's going to send me the Mustang radio, but Dean, the red buck connectors are 18 gauge. Is 22 gauge the little yellows? That is correct, Bobby. That is correct.
Yeah.
And for the guy that made the comment yesterday on the video that said, "Why do we use CCA's wire twisted for speaker wire?"
It doesn't know.
I apologize for your lack of knowledge on what we do, but we don't use CCA at all anywhere in this building. There are certain things we don't have, like we don't have T-taps, we don't have wire nuts, we don't have crimp caps. We got a bunch of solder and the ceiling. Yeah. But we use 100% copper, oxygen free. We either are using the Stinger or we're using the Metra install bay. And that's it. And the reason why we do it the way we do it is because we're doing multi-speaker systems. And it makes it way easier for us to deal with. And the customer, if he ever takes it somewhere, makes it way easier for them to troubleshoot multicolored, multi-stranded wire as opposed to just doing a run of black that's round and square, which I literally hate round and square wire. So we don't use any of that here. All the wire we run is a primary wire of kind. So when we do our subwoofers, we run primary wire for that. We don't use any double stranded wire at all. It's just we have it, but we don't use it. We have this 16 gauge because every now and then we use it for when we do dual subwoofers. But other than that, everything is just hand twisted wire or built. So, but it is not CCA. Sorry about your luck, bro. When in doubt, Kenwood is out. Okay, I don't know what that means, but kicker for the win. Always, Bobby. Okay. Can you do Sage and Arturo conversation?
No, Sage.
Not right now. I can actually
Sage
just.
is
You're all
definitely,
dumb. You're all dumb. You're all dumb. You're all just dumb. Anybody got a cigarette? Want an SRT 8 Magnum to do the build. Oh yeah, SRT. There you go.
Wow, that was neat.
Yeah. I hear the new Lynxwell radios have optical. They do. It's the new Series 6 Fro. I got the demo of it at SEMA. Ooh, it was nice. It was really nice.
I found this on the web for 6 Pro. Check it out.
I was like, who the hell was talking? No, the new Series 6 for the Mustang is pretty badass.
It's out.
Get a couple D'Amore amps for the Mustang. Oh, I know you're talking about the big ones, not the little commercially available ones. Those big, like the ones that Steve has and basically sells overseas for the guys that can appreciate true 2-channel audio.
The small ones are nice.
The A/B amplifiers that he hasn't come out with yet are really cool.
Yes.
But they're too small. Physically too small. Don't get me wrong. They're awesome amplifiers, and I would totally not kick them out of bed. But I want
10 amplifiers.
Okay, 10 of those, yes.
I mean,
But I'm just saying, I want something. I want to open the truck and impress myself and go, God damn, those are big. I want to overcompensate. Okay, that's how big I want these amplifiers.
it's like 10 amplifiers, man.
Listen, the Tony Class A ones, or the big Tony ones, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like Steve's system is freaking awesome, and you need a Tahoe to have that. But damn, that's what I'm talking
Let's put it in
about.
the Mustang. We can do it.
I like what you did on your Camaro. Oh, with the radio in and out all the time. The trash bin is full of good oxygen free. Trust me. Oh yeah. So, Christian loves to come up, and he'll be like, "Hey guys, hey, what's going on? Hey, oh wow, hey, can I? Is it all right if I borrow this forever? And we're like, yes, Christian, just stop. So yeah. So we've expanded. So this is just power wire. We need to go through it and throw it and recycle. Not throw it, but recycle a lot of it. But this is all the scrap twisted wire. Now we've put that in its own bin, just because we do so much of it. And every now and then we just need a short run to do like the tweeters we did in this. So we'll just come in here and grab it. Makes life a little bit easier. CCA, crap car audio. What speaker is he running now in his car?
Which one?
Are we talking about... And me, I'm running factory. Fernando is running K2s. This guy is running power base. I think that gets us everything we need.
Yeah. Lino, what's up, buddy?
Hey, man. I wonder if Lino's going to come
Angel.
too.
Where? Monster stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
was
his
there.
company will be there.
he was there.
Was he? Well, yeah, but I know. But he's got the new job.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, you're doing
Hopefully.
good things for your company, my friend. They're very
You're doing
happy
a
with
good
your work. Helix is teasing some nice amplifiers. Yeah, supposedly Helix has a new, what was it? 16 channel?
16 to 20.
16
in, 20 out.
16 in, 20 out. Is it amplified or is it just DSP?
I
No idea.
don't know, say
Yeah, but either way, they're going to have some form of 20 channel. He's dying over
Oh my
here.
gosh.
Dude, take a cough drop or something. Man. Get some water.
I know.
They're going to have some kind of 20 channel DSP, so that ought to be interesting for sure.
Yes.
Angel, did you get my email? I haven't looked to see if he returned back to me yet. How is he liking the K2s? Listen, Fernando loves K2s. Like, that's his... What we need to do is...
I won 2 6.5s in each store with 2 tweeters in each store.
Alright, we just need to make your sail panels to fit the bigger tweeter. Like I remember I bought the set off of eBay. We just need to build those. Oh my God, Brian joined.
Who?
Brian
Who's Brian?
Mitchell.
I'm just kidding.
I know. I've been trying so hard not to call him today because I feel like I call him way too much.
So you think he's like, oh my God, dude.
My wife calls him. Oh, your second wife is on
Hey,
the phone.
how are you? Yeah.
Yeah. Nando needs to demo his ride. So actually, it's funny you should say that because we had a guy come up today, a friend of the show from... Where was he from? It's going to come to me right after I get to... Anyways, he came up, talked to the guy for a little bit, and then he asked Fernando to take him out and demo because he has a 430 also, and he wanted to hear Fernando's 430. So they went out and did that. More than motels, he needs to... Oh, jeez. Yeah, Morel. Yes, got it, and replied with a question. Whatever you're done screwing around here. Screw you.
Screw you.
Sounds like a bromance. You're just jealous, Christian. You know, here's the funny thing.
Yeah.
Christian texts me all the time.
Really?
Okay? But he texts me so much. I haven't added him to a contact yet.
Wow.
But I don't need to because he texts me so much, my phone knows it's him. It goes, I believe this is Christian texting
Serious,
you
like,
again.
please don't answer these.
And I'm like, it's Christian. It literally knows it's Christian just because it's seen him. It's like
Spam.
Yeah. I messaged you today. I feel so left out. That's not true. That's not true.
Wow. You didn't answer?
No, he said that he found some Nessies on eBay real cheap.
Huh?
So.
And you didn't answer.
I mean, I
Wow, dude.
No, I just...
You
dude, we've had
like
our... Oh, my God. You're a pain in the ass. Yes, Christian, you are special. Christian is totally special. Christian's been on the show before. I'm waiting to have him come out.
Probably he's the only
Regular guy?
regular guy.
Yeah, but see, I don't know.
Well,
I think,
I'm not saying he's a regular guy, but...
no, he's not a regular guy. He's
you know,
Christian.
but, like, just the guys, the fans, that they just come in the show.
Yeah, but I don't think of him as a fan, though, you know, because
No.
he's been over here enough.
No,
You know,
yeah.
it's like, he's just a guy. You know? He's over here crying now because like, they like me.
I feel special.
Yeah.
Wow.
Would the Kenwood two-way for the Dodge work in the front of a 300C? Looking on Cartfield, it shows that they are not compatible. Because I think that older 300C actually has a tweeter in the dash. I don't think it uses the bigger speaker like that. And if that's the case, there are a couple like... if it's a tweeter like I think it is, you might want to check out the Focal Integration series. They make a 6x9 with tweeter. Kicker also makes a 6x9 with tweeter. Alpine makes a 6x9 with tweeter. Alpine makes like 3 pairs of 6x9s with tweeters. So there's plenty of them out there if that's what it is.
I would say this. I would take it out.
Yeah, you want to pop it
measure
off and check.
man.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah.
you know, crush feel is great.
Crush feel isn't always right.
It's always, yeah. So,
dude, he's just Christian's just trying so hard. I'm special ed. Does that count? Fro, don't be that
bro
way.
is special.
Fro's cool. Yes, but I have they kidnapped you, Bobby. Yeah, no, Bobby's day will go down forever as like the craziest time we've had with a fan. And I feel like we're part of the family now because we met the whole family, pretty much. I mean, we hung out with Bobby, his wife, and his daughter.
That was awesome.
We had a great time. It was a lot of fun. Was I a little scared? Yeah, because he's very tall and he's a big scary guy. But
I got you.
I got you guys. I'm picking you up. Roar! We're like, okay. Don't eat me. But no, that was one of the best days we've ever had. Still, it was the only time we got to go to California. It totally sucks, man.
I mean, you've been
Totally sucks. I have, but it's still not as fun.
hanging out.
Yeah. No, that was fun
Brian
though.
Mitchell.
Well, yeah, but that's Brian. I mean, we got dogs.
Wow.
I'm already going through not seeing Brian withdrawals. Did you guys hear of Expert Assist for jail audio DSPs? Actually, yeah, we were watching that before.
We have to tune the.
Yeah, we had to tune the car and do some other stuff.
Yep.
It sounds really cool, I think.
Well, I mean, we didn't hear the whole thing.
Because,
That was just...
hey, listen, we're going to tell you more about it in just a little bit.
No, but...
But by the way, that's cool, but we're going to tell you a little bit more about it.
No,
just,
but that's
just
like
a little
any
bit.
company. Any company.
I
does the same
hate
thing.
that, though, man.
Any
Just
company.
tell me what you want me to know now.
Yeah, but like...
In a couple minutes, Fernando's going to come on and tell you something you might want to know. But before that happens, let me talk to you about... Just had a customer brag on his DIY install. Said it got so hard, it melted his brake switch.
Wow.
Damn, and I think he said hit so hard. But I liked what I said. Anyways, Fernando...
Yes. Well, let me tell you about this company. They has a cool story on their website.
Oh, they do.
They have a cool story on the website. You should go to this website called morelhifi.com.
What's it called?
morelhifi.com.
Really?
Yes.
It's a
All the way
video.
in the
Is it a
bottom.
video? Because I don't like
It's a
to
video.
read.
It's a video. All the way in the bottom. Click on the story. It's nice, even if you're not a fan. It's great to find, cool story how they made stuff like that. morelhifi.com. That's the place that you can find some amplifiers, speakers, all the cool stuff about your car. Believe me.
Ooh, sound treatment.
Sound treatment.
Guess what we just got in stock?
What do you have?
We just got the rings.
The rings. Finally. But you want to see cool stuff? Check the new BMW plug-and-play speakers. You have a BMW? Morel got you covered, man. So, morelhifi.com. Here on Instagram, Morel_America. All the pictures that you can find in there. Bye, guys.
And that's that. All right, I'm going to fast forward down here to the end. Hey, Natasha. Cool story, brah.
Cool story. That is
Is it in English? It's totally in English.
No.
Yeah.
It's in Spanish.
Yeah, uh-huh.
No.
Yeah, the Israelis did it in Spanish.
Come on, man.
Would it be benefit me to upgrade to an audio control DSP? I missed the first half of that. All right, hold on, let's see. Oh, I have a 2019 GMC Arcadia with factory head unit running a DSR1 audio control LC5 1300 full count flax components and the JL sub number 1. Can I replace the head unit to aftermarket head unit? I honestly don't know on the 2019.
I don't know.
It's been back and forth. Like, I thought for a while there, Metro said yes, and then they said no. So, 2 places I want you to check. First, MetroOnline.com, see what they have. Second, go over to StingerOffroad.com and see if they make a high 10 for that. Those are really the only things that would be where I would suggest. As far as whether or not your DSR1 audio control amp,
LC5 1300, yeah.
Well, no, he has an LC. Well, he's got a DSR1 in front of it, and should he add a
extra interface?
Well, no, it's fine. But my point is he's got a
DSR1.
DSR1. Did you change it out for the audio control?
Yeah, but it's an LC.
Yeah, no, I know. But what he's saying, should he get a D608, DM608? And that's a tough one because it's they're going to do basically the same things. If you want them to match, yes, totally. Is there going to be a little bit sound quality difference? Probably. Is it enough to where you're going to be sitting there going, "Oh, damn"? I don't think so. This is one of those where I have a hard time going, "Yeah, you should do this."
You have to jump a little bit higher if you want to notice the difference.
Yeah, totally. Like, totally jump higher. Does anybody remember the guy's name that competed in SQ with the Zen 9? I have no idea, but Brian might know. I just saw the BMW video you guys released last week. Dude, we released it like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. It's a long time ago. I will have to watch. We listened to the jail training. Yeah. What are the crossover settings for the AF three-way set? Not a clue.
The crossover settings?
Yeah, no idea. Yeah. I'm guessing AF is Audio Frog. And the thing is Andy is like the easiest guy to get a hold of. So I would just call him, you know, because he's like, it's all over the webpage for one, because it's in Audio Frog U. But dude, just call him. He'll more than happy to answer your questions on his speakers. Is it just me, or call Jeff Smith? Is it just me, but it seems like the videos keep speeding up and slowing down? I think it's just you, man. It might also
internet, bro.
It might also just be my excitement level. Like I could be like, yeah, and then like, duh. So, Audison or Audio Frog? I'm thinking Audio Frog. I don't remember. Brian says into the Zen 9, I don't remember. I remember the install Zen 9 vertical. Sadly, I remember that one too. It had the Zen 9 on a vertical. Mm-hmm. I know who has my Zen 9. Mm-hmm. And I'm fine with that because I don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't miss that amp.
No,
I don't. I liked it. It was cool looking.
Me.
The two times we opened it twice. Yeah. And the second time I opened it, I had that moment for like this long. It was like, oh, do I? Oh man! And then I was like, you know what? 1DX Mark III sounds like a much better idea.
And then
so, as it is Xerix Zen 9 now. Should have been yours, Christian. Should have been yours. Is it possible to cut the dash to replace a set of mids from Focal Flax in a 2017 Accord, or do I just build a pillar pods? I would just build a pillar pods.
I think
that seems way smarter.
Yeah. Sure.
Cutting the dash, no, that seems bad.
That would be no.
Seems bad. I don't know how heavy it was. I just paid the shipping. I don't really care. It's gone. I think my 1DX weighs 75 pounds, especially when I put my 1.2 my 200 millimeter f1.2 on it. Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. It's so heavy. It's so sexy. Yeah. Dean, I know, still waiting on my commission. Yeah. Next time we see each other, man, I'll buy you a soda. Or give you a hug. I'll have Fernando give you a hug. You can just squeeze him and his legs will shake like this. That'd be so fun. What high pass filters do you use for the rear fill? So if I'm crossing my fronts over at 80, I typically would cross the rears over somewhere around 100, 110, just to limit their performance some. It all depends though. Like if I need the extra mid bass, then I'll cross them over at 80 just so it's not dragging the sound to the rear. Yeah. So it's just going to depend. But I typically will start out to around 100, 120, 100 to 110. So that's where I like to start. Everyone's got their own thing. 30. Just forget the crossover. Who needs crossovers, man? Crossovers are for wussies, man.
You don't need crossovers, and you only need one band of EQ.
Yeah, one band EQ is all you need. Just the one right in the middle and crank that sucker up. Wide ass Q.
That's it.
Boom. Wide Q. Go for the wide Q. Better yet, just the omnipotent EQ band. Some of you Star Trek fans will get that. Most of you won't.
When you guys reviewing the new Morel Slim subwoofer?
So
when it's available.
So it's not shipping yet, for one. Two, it's coming probably next year sometime, to be realistic.
It's coming.
Yep. The next review we have to do for Focal is the P60's, which is that cool set for the porch. So we gotta do these guys here. So yes, Mike, you know the drill. No crossovers and turn that up all the way. Turn the gain. Break the knob off. Just the way we like it, man.
That's right.
Yup.
All the way up.
All knobs to the right. Listen, man, there's only one way to live, and that's being a right column shopper. That's just it. That's it. So just if you're not a right column shopper,
you suck.
You suck. But it's funny too, because here's the funny part. This is where funny part. So this is where this gets funny. So if you go, we just booked our tickets for Knowledge Fest, Las Vegas. That's February 1st through the 5th. We'll be there. We just booked our tickets on Southwest. Right column shopping is the cheapest tickets. On everyone else's website, Brightcom shopping is first class. So I'm a Brightcom shopper all the time, but I fly Southwest. Yeah, hell yeah. Because I'm not paying what those guys are asking. Jesus Christ, man.
Hey, dude, these guys are one of the millionaires.
Yeah, well, Jesus. I was looking at some first class tickets out to Vegas. Man, you must be out your mind.
First class is where it's at, bro.
First class is totally where it's at, but not for $7,000. I ain't paying $7,000 for no first class tickets.
I'm gonna make a what is that thing called?
I don't know. We'll get on early and you pretend like you're in first class.
Yeah, pretty much.
That 3D printer looks really clean. It is very clean.
It's dirty.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is kind of dirty.
It is dirty.
But yeah, it's very clean. Hello. What can I use in my car's lights go dim when bass hits? Battery. Pick yourself up a battery. You're gonna need more power. So you need more reserve power. So battery is where it's at. Hey, you know what? Today's Thursday.
Battery.
We could buy a bigger battery. Make sure you have you have a good battery in your car. You could also just turn it down at stoplights. And that way no one will pop out with their guns and be like, turn that down, pow, pow,
When
pow.
you turn it up in the stoplights, man.
So today is Thursday, which means if you head over to Hi-Fi Vega Network, you can watch Reverse Polarity and Side Jag.
Question.
You can, and you want to ask battery questions, Hi-Fi is the guy. That's what he does for a living. He makes batteries.
He can ship you one.
No. But anyways, we'll be there 8:30, I think is when it starts. So pretty excited about that. We're going to talk about God only knows what.
Yeah.
Were you guys able to hear the new K2? No.
The new
So
ones?
the new
No.
ones were not up and playing. The only thing so there's a new shallow mount K2 6.5. Okay, so if you caught the picture of Pedro, and that's his name, sitting there with his arm out across the couch, longingly looking into the speakers, that was the new K2.
Pedro's a famous guy.
He is a famous guy. 6.5 inch shallow.
Love that guy.
So that's what they were demoing for audio while we were there. And I did not sit down and listen to him. I listened to him when I was taking pictures, but I didn't I didn't do that. Rent private jet, probably cheaper. Yeah, I know.
Right?
We'll pick you guys up at the airport in Vegas. No, it's okay. It's okay. We have our limo service already lined up. But thank you, Bobby.
Here.
You'd have to fight the dogs. The dogs are looking forward to him. So, Chewie and Princess are gonna be
We're like
all up in his shit. Brian's going, I ain't picking you guys up. What the fuck, man?
exactly.
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
We gotta go find a Chick-fil-A. What? I don't know who owes who Chick-fil-A. I feel like he always just keeps buying. I'm like, dude, I owe you Chick-fil-A. Yeah, you can get the next one. All right. Pick up a bigger alternator. Yeah, you can do that too.
You know how to solve that problem? Just take all the lights out.
Yeah, drive around with the lights off.
Yeah.
Good idea. Hey guys, that's it for now. We gotta deliver this.
Oh, the
We
Super
gotta
Bowl is at the same time?
As what?
The Super Bowl.
No, I hope not. Good luck
Probably.
in Vegas with the Super Bowl. They're at the same time.
That was Mike's saying.
Might be why the tickets were so expensive. Either way,
We're going to go to the Super Bowl.
we're not going to the Super Bowl. You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow
News.
9 o'clock. News.
9 o'clock, guys.
News.
Come on.
In and out in the Vegas. Yeah, have a great night. You guys have a
guys.
great night too. We'll see you later. Bye.